Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today from Gitterman Park on the campus of Tufts University, the Highlanders will be facing off against the Mustangs of Medford. Of course, we are hosted here by Tufts University, the Jumbos, as we are here at Gitterman Park. You can see this beautiful facility here as we've got the meeting at the mound here at Gitterman Park. The Highlanders versus the Mustangs once again meeting here on the campus of Tufts University. The Highlanders come in with a record of 5-7 overall, 5-4 in the GBL. The Mustangs come in with a record of 2-6 overall, a 1-5 record in the GBL. Highlanders have some work to do to get back into the playoffs as they were last year. The Highlanders right now under 500 by 3 games after a loss to Everett in their most recent contest in GBL action after a victory over Chelsea. So the Highlanders looking to get back on the winning track here. Medford coming off their first win in the GBL as they were able to upset Lynn English recently in their next to most recent game. But their most recent game was a loss to Lynn Classical. So Lynn Classical remains undefeated at the top of the GBL. These two teams did meet earlier this season, so the Highlanders were able to defeat the Mustangs 2-1 back early April 11th, as Ian Bourne was on the mound that day. He pitched fantastically, and 2 big hits for junior Dash Fromm in that victory for the Highlanders as they were able to defeat the Mustangs 2-1. Looking for the sweep of the Mustangs this season are the Highlanders. Just looking at the lineups for the two teams, Highlanders are the away team here at Gitterman Park, as Medford will be the host team. Highlanders will be leading off with Ian Bourne here when we get underway. And as we look around this ballpark, you look at the distances. Of course, there are walls out here in the outfield, something that we do not have at Trum Field. So the opportunity for Ian Bourne to add to his official home run total, as Ian has 3 home runs on the season. He's hit a couple at Trum Field, could have gotten over some walls as well. Straightaway, 400 feet to straightaway center field here at Gitterman. 370 in the left field gap, 330 down the left field line. Over on the right field gap, it's 356. And the short right field porch, 310 down that right field line. Of course, Ian Bourne, a left-handed hitter, something to bear in mind whenever he gets up to the bat. Of course, Highlanders will also have Rich Foscaretta at shortstop. He'll be batting second. Kevin Clark batting third for the Highlanders. He is also on the mound. Jared Antonelli will be batting fourth. Noah Brown batting fifth. Graham Ross will be DHing and batting sixth. Pete Lounsbury behind the plate. He is batting seventh. Colin Bourne playing second base will be batting eighth. And Brady Roach will be batting ninth for the Highlanders. Kevin Clark comes in off of a tremendous performance against Revere as he went a complete game, 7 innings, striking out 8, walking 6. Kevin, a very dominant pitcher, heavy fastball. Control sometimes is a struggle for Kevin, so we'll make sure and see how his control is in today's contest. Kevin 2-2 on the season with that victory he had against Revere. Up against the Highlanders for Medford is going to be Ryan Slow. Slow 1-1 on the season for the Mustangs. Meeting at home plate is all done. Lineups have been handed out. I was in the dugout earlier with the Highlander players. They were getting a figure on what the walk-up songs were going to be for them today. Very, very exciting for the players playing below the lights, as the sun will be going down soon here on Gitterman Field. And the Highlanders and Mustangs will have that opportunity to play underneath the lights as the Mustangs take on the field. See Slow out on the mound. Windy night here. Wind blowing in from right field as the commuter train rolls by. Beautiful night for baseball. Beautiful early spring night for baseball here at Tufts University. On the mound for the Mustangs, Ryan Slow. D'Orazio behind the mound. for the Mustangs. And Ian Bourne coming up. A little Stevie Wonder as a walk-up. Maybe a little superstition for young Mr. Bourne. And we are about to get underway here at the 2023 Tufts Classic. Mustangs versus Highlanders. Slow kicks and delivers. That one's fouled out of play down the left field line by Bourne. Bourne having a tremendous season at the plate, batting .384, 3 home runs on the season, 18 RBIs, as well as 10 stolen bases for Ian Bourne. 0-1 delivery, that's up high from Slow. Ball one, 1 strike, now the count to Bourne. Slow leaves that curveball up high. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike to the Highlander leadoff man, Bourne. Stiff wind blowing in from left field, or right field, I should say. As that one popped. Third base side foul out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Bourne. Ball left up high, ball 3, good eye there by Bourne. As Eurazio tried to frame that one. So a full count here. A Slow will kick and deliver. It's a hot shot, third base side, fielded foul by Lombardo. Count remains full. Highlanders have Foscarota on deck and Kevin Clark in the hole. So we are just underway here from Gitterman Park. Full count offering to Ian Bourne. Up high and inside, ball 4. So Bourne is aboard with the walk. That brings up Foscarota. Foscarota, .315, batting .315 on the season, 7 stolen bases, 7 runs scored. Of course, Bourne at first with those 10 stolen bases on the season. Highlanders very active on the base paths as the lefty Slow looks in, checks Ian at first. And that's a chopper back to Slow as he will fire towards second, too high as it gets past the shortstop Marino, backed up by Pauly. But the Highlanders have something cooking here. Put that down as an E1 on the throw. Highlanders with runners on first and second. Kevin Clark at the plate. Highlander pitcher tonight looking to help his chances on the mound. Nobody out. Bourne taking a big lead off second there. Slow fires a fastball up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Kevin Clark. Highlanders runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top half of the first inning. That ball left up high as well. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count to Kevin Clark. Towards second. He will fire, swung on, fouled back into the face mask of the umpire. Looks like he's all right. 1 strike there. Two balls and a strike now to Clark. As D'Orazio going out to talk to Slow. Highlanders have runners on first and second, nobody out here, top half of the first inning. The Tufts Classic. As that is a pop-up down the right field line, bending foul, and the play is made by the first baseman, McDonough. So one away here as Kevin Clark pops out. That'll bring up Jared Antonelli. Antonelli, one of the Highlanders' RBI men so far this year. 10 RBIs on the year for Jared. Looking to pick up one here. 280 is what he's batting. One away. Highlanders on first and second. Ian Bourne at first. He walked. Foscaretta at first. I'm sorry, Ian Bourne at second. A slow checks Bourne. Bourne is away. Throw down to third, too late. Bourne is in, safe with a stolen base. Highlanders, as I said, very active on the base paths, double steal there. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Jared Antonelli. One away here in the top half of the first. Highlanders threatening. And that one's high fly ball just out of the infield. Settling underneath it is Pauly. Trying to come home is going to be Bourne. And Pauly with an arm, he gets him from short right field. So the Highlanders make a lot of noise but get no runs. As they leave one runner on, we will go to the bottom half of the first inning, tied at 0s. We are back here at Saul Gitterman Park on the campus of Tufts University. So Highlanders facing off against the Mustangs of Medford in the 2023 Tufts Classic. Highlanders held scoreless in the top half of the first, as the Mustangs will come up here in the bottom of the first. Don't forget, here on Somerville Ed TV, we've got all the spring sports for you. We've got boys lacrosse, we've got softball. Of course, we have baseball, as you can see right now. We have boys volleyball as well. We also have girls lacrosse. Good playoff opportunity there. Holly Schmidt will very close to 100 goals for that girls lacrosse team. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Keep track of what's going on with Somerville Athletics here on Somerville Ed TV. Is Kevin Clark's first offering to Marino. He is outside for ball 1. Kevin Clark pitched extremely well against Revere. Struggled a bit with his control. Did walk 6 in that game, but struck out 8. As that fastball left up high to Marino. Justin Marino leading off here for the Mustangs, followed by Sam Orcutt and John Pauly. Clark fires the fastball in there, puts it right by Marino. 2 balls and a strike to Marino now. Clark carrying a 1.16 ERA so far this year. That one's fouled back into the parking lot. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, the count to Justin Marino. Clark, a strong, heavy fastball. Changes speeds well, as you can see right there. In there for the call. Strike 3. Nice curveball, catching that outside corner by Kevin Clark. I appreciate it, Kevin. Right as I spoke about how you have good variation in your speed, you drop that old Uncle Charlie for the called strike 3. 1 away here. And Sam Orcutt will come to the plate. That's in there for a strike on the inside corner. Excellent location there by Clark. That's the fastball. It's a high chopper to first, handled by Bourne. He'll take it himself. 3 unassisted, and that's 2 away here in the bottom half of the first inning. John Pauly will come to the plate.
Now batting the second baseman, John
Poli, according to our PA announcer, so I will go with that. My apologies to the Poli clan. So Poli at the plate, 2 away here, bottom half of the first inning. Highlanders had 2 on. And we're not able to force anybody across, so we're tied at zeros. That one left high and outside by Clark for ball one. That's what I thought. Poley took that one up high for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes here, 2 away, top half of the first inning. That high heat swung on, hit back into the screen. See the velocity that Kevin Clark can bring to the plate. Like I say, it's a heavy fastball. It pops the catcher's mitt. Two-one offering. Left that one up high for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to John Poley. That one up high as well. So Poley to first with the walk.
Now batting third baseman.
That'll bring up Jack Lombardo. Poley at first now. 2 away here, bottom half of the first inning. Tied at zeros here in the Tufts Classic. Clark fires that in, it's fouled back over the seats out of play. Somebody's car got hit. But I did not hear any shattered glass, so I think it's all right. 0-1 delivery now. Runner is away from first. Chopper towards first. Third, Antonelli fires it across. Nice stretch by Bourne. A nice 5-3 put out will close the book on the Mustangs in the first inning. They leave 1 on. We are tied at zeros as we move to the second. We are back at Gitterman Park at the 2023 Tufts Classic. Highlanders, Mustangs tied at zeros. So the Highlanders will have numbers 5, 6, and 7. Noah Brown, Graham Ross, and Pete Lounsbury coming to the plate to face off against Ryan Slow. Slow, the lefty, on the mound for the Mustangs. That pitch catches the outside corner for called strike 1 to Brown. One ball, one strike. Now the count to Noah Brown. That one's left up high by Slow. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike now. Pitch down low, ball 3, 3-1 now the count to Brown. Slow walked the leadoff man in the top half of the first. Bourne was caught trying to score on a short fly ball to right field, though, to end the inning. As that one down in the dirt, ball 4. Or, no, I thought it was ball 4 as well. The scoreboard did as well, but there was a called strike in there I did not catch, so 3-2 now the offering from Slow. That's outside for ball 4. So Brown on first. Highlanders, the leadoff man, on again. And Graham Ross, to the dulcet tones of Rocky, will walk to the plate. Graham Ross DH today for the Highlanders. As Brown leads away from first. Highlanders very active on the base paths. One of their main strategies. Always very aggressive. That ball is left up high for ball 1 to Ross. Nobody away here, top half of the second inning. No score between the Mustangs and the Highlanders. And Slow checks Brown at first. That pitch up high for ball 2. Good crowd here at Gitterman Park. Great to see him out. Grid night for baseball. Stiff breeze coming in from right field as that's in there for a called strike to Ross. 2 balls and a strike now. Slow checks Brown at first, and he will throw over. Noah's back easily. Two 1 to Ross. High and outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to Ross. And Slow walked the leadoff man in the first. Also walked the leadoff man here in the second. Has gone 3-1 to Ross. That one's in there for a called strike on the outside. Runs the count full. Third batter of the 6 that he has faced that he has gone full on. Brown is away, and Ross fouls this one out of play. Another full count offering coming from Slow. He'll fire over to first. Noah Brown on first. He walked to lead off this inning. Nobody out. No score here in the top of the second. 3-2 offering now to Ross. Noah Brown away again from first. This is up high for ball 4. Highlanders once again runners on first and second to start off an inning. See if they can cash it in this time. As Pete Lounsbury will come to the plate. Going to have a mound meeting with Mr. Slow. He's just struggled a bit with his control throughout this contest so far. As he walked the leadoff man in the first and walked the first 2 batters he has faced here in the second. Highlanders unable to get a runner across even though they had their first 2 men on in the top of the first. Highlanders now have the bottom of the order up, trying to bring in these runners. Pete Lounsbury now at the plate. Lounsbury catcher for the Highlanders. Squares around a bunt. He did offer at it. That is a strike. Pete had a big base knock against Revere to add an insurance run late in that victory. That, of course, is available here on Somerville Ed TV if you want to check that one out. A good 5-1 win for the Highlanders. Swinging away at that one. Pops it up behind the plate, out of play. So Pete's behind 0-2 to start. Highlanders have runners on first and second. Nobody out here. Top half of the second inning. Slow will check the runner at second. Brown is away from second. Down to third comes the throw. It's out into left field. So the Highlanders with the double steal once again. They have runners on second and third, very similar to the first inning here in the second. Nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position for Lounsbury. The pitch was a ball, so 1-2 is the count to Pete. Slow will kick and deliver. As that's in there for called strike 3, catches that outside corner. That'll bring up Colin Bourne.
Now batting second baseman, Colin Bourne.
Bourne had a big home run against Chelsea. One away here, top half of the second, scoreless. Highlanders, though, have runners on second and third. Number 8 hitter Colin Bourne at the plate. That one catches the outside corner for strike one. No balls and a strike to Colin. Fastball, left that one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Bourne. That one's popped up, Slow took a little bit off of that one, popped up out of play behind home plate. As Bourne unable to hold off of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. Highlanders threatening, runners on second and third. They had runners on second and third with 1 out in the top half of the first and weren't able to cash them in. Another situation like that as Bourne tried to get a timeout there. It was not granted. Slow made the pitch. It was up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. 2-2 from Slow. Swung on and missed. Ryan Slow looking to get himself out of trouble again, as he has struck out the last 2 Highlanders he'd seen. Brady Roach now will come to the plate. That pitch down into the dirt. D'Orazio able to find it though. Pitch was a ball. 2 away here, top half of the second inning. No score between the Mustangs and the Highlanders, but the Highlanders have runners on second and third as Brown walked and stole third. Ross walked as well, stealing second. As that pitch is outside for ball ball 2, I should say. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count to Brady Roach. Roach, the number 9 hitter for the Highlanders, playing left field tonight. That's a chopper, first base side, foul ball. Ian Bourne is on deck for the Highlanders. They are looking to turn the lineup over possibly, if Roach can get on base. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. As Ryan Slow trying to work his way out of this jam. That's in there for called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Brady Roach. Good location on that pitch from Slow. Kept it low in the strike zone, catching the corner. 2-2 offering. That's in the dirt. D'Orazio, good job blocking it. Now he has a possible rundown. Going to second, just back in time is Graham Ross. Good job defensively by D'Orazio on that play, as he was able to block enough of the ball to keep it close to home plate, and then was able to almost get Graham Ross in the rundown. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here. 2 runners on, both in scoring position, as Ryan Slow has struck out the last 2 that he's seen. And that is a foul ball. Brady Roach staying alive up there. Should have played Bee Gees instead of ABBA. Another 3-2 offering from Slow. That is outside, ball 4. That's some danger as the Highlander faithful here get a little excited. Bases are filled with Highlanders. Ian Bourne comes to the plate. Leads the team in RBIs, leads the team in home runs. 2 away here. that one is fouled back. Slow took a little bit off of it. Bourne got out ahead of it. Bourne walked in the first, stole second, or I should say stole third, and then was caught trying to score on a short fly ball to right field after he tagged up. 0-1 offering now with the bases full. Took a little bit off of it as well. Bourne out ahead of it. No balls, 2 strikes now the count. Highlanders got runners on both in the first and the second. Slow was able to get out of it in the first, looking to get out of it here. As that pitch down low is a fastball blocked by D'Orazio, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Highlanders got runners on second and third with nobody out. Slow struck out the next 2 that he saw before walking Roach. And that brings up Bourne with the bases loaded. Another good job by D'Orazio as he's able to block that pitch in the dirt, evening the count 2-2.
Ryan, what do you say, kid?
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases filled with Highlanders. Ian Bourne at the plate. And this is a fly ball down the left field line, curving foul, out of play. Count will stay 2-2. Two offering from Slow. Took a little bit off of it. That time Bourne tried to send it the other way. It looked like dropped his shoulder a little bit. Sent that one foul. Rackham will do 2-2 once again. Fastball stays outside. That runs it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nowhere to put Ian Bourne as the bases are filled with Highlanders. Slow trying to get out of this situation. Fouled off again. Slow took a little bit off of that pitch, alternating his velocity. He's done a nice job keeping Bourne from really being able to get locked in on a pitch, as he's kept altering that velocity, bringing some change-ups along with the fastball in there. Another 3-2 offering coming from Slow. That one fouled back into the screen as well as he brought the high fastball. We'll go for it once again. It's the 9th pitch of this at-bat. Slow will step off the rubber. Bases are filled with Highlanders. No score here, top half of the second at the Tufts Classic. Ian Bourne at the plate, 3-2 offering to Bourne is high and outside. That'll be a walk, and that'll bring a runner home as the Highlanders take the lead on the walk to Ian Bourne. 1-0, the Highlander lead. That'll bring Rich Foscaretta up. Rich Foscarota batting .315 on the season. He reached by virtue of an error in the first, was left stranded at second. Highlanders lead 1-0. As that fastball's inside for ball 1. Oh, called strike 1. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, Mustangs, take it back!
0-1 offering now. Curveball catches the inside for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now the count to Rich. Highlanders got 1 across on the walk to Bourne with the bases loaded. They'd like some more here in the top of the second, but 2 away. As that is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Foscaretta. That's a fly ball into right field. Charging in, looking to make the play is Wright, and he's got it. And that will do it for the Highlanders. A lot of noise on the base pass, but only one across. Highlanders with the lead as we move to the bottom of the second. We are back here at Gitterman Park. Highlanders leading the Mustangs of Medford in the Tufts Classic 2023 version. As we will have coming to the plate for the Mustangs, numbers 5, 6, and 7, McDonough, I should say, Piccolo, and D'Orazio. Kevin Clark on the mound for the Highlanders after a long stay on the bench in the dugout during the top half of the second inning. That was a very lengthy half of an inning. Highlanders only got one across as they had the bases loaded, but we could only get one in. So we'll see whether that has any effect on Kevin's pitching as the fastball's fouled back into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to McDonough. Clark struggles a bit with control. He had 6 walks in his 7 innings against Revere earlier. High heat, though, gets him swinging. Just blew the high cheese right by McDonough. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. Fastball chopper in front of home plate. And call from the umpire is foul ball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. That pitch, curveball, catches the outside corner. Called strike 3. Second strikeout for Clark on the day. Brings up Nick Piccolo, designated hitter. Fastball, ball 1, left a little bit outside. Highlanders leading this one 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. So that fastball left high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count to Piccolo. Fastball again left high by Clark. 3-0, now the count to Piccolo. And 4 straight balls. Piccolo will walk. And Medford has their second base runner of the game. Brings up Joe D'Orazio.
Joe D'Orazio.
One away here, runner on first for Medford. D'Orazio settles in. Clark checks the runners, fires, checks the runner and fires, leaves that one up high. So 5 straight balls thrown by Clark after striking out McDonough to start the inning. That's in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to D'Orazio. Highlanders leading 1-0. Bottom of the second inning here at the Tufts Classic. As D'Orazio offers at that bunt, fouls it off, back into the mitt of Lounsbury. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. Fastball fouled back into the screen. Count remains 1-2. Clark will check the runner at first. Kicks and delivers. Left that one up high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to D'Orazio. Ball 3. Left that one up high as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Clark goes full to D'Orazio. 1 away here, bottom of the second. Medford has 1 on. Clark will step off. Runner at first is DH Nick Piccolo. Timeout taken by D'Orazio. One out, bottom half of the second inning. Highlanders leading 1-0. Runner is away from first. Pitch is up high, so ball 4. Runners on first and second, 1 away here, bottom half of the second inning. And that'll bring up Derek Marino. 2 strikeouts on the day for Clark so far, 3 walks for Clark so far. Chilly night as well, could be a bit concerning with how long he was in the dugout during that long top half of the second. So he leaves that one up high to Marino. 1 away here, bottom of the second. Swung on and missed. Took a little bit off of that one, did Kevin. Got Marino out ahead of it. 1-1 is the count. Swung on and missed. There you hear the mitt pop on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Marino. Number 9 hitter Matt Wright is on deck. That's a fastball hit back into the screen as Marino stays alive. 1 away, bottom of the second, 2 runners on. Medford has runners on first and second. Highlanders leading 1-0. Curveball called, strike 3. As Clark's 3 strikeouts have come on called third strikes. Both of his strikeouts this inning came on that curveball catching the corner. That'll bring up Matt Wright, the right fielder. 2 away here, bottom of the second. Highlanders looking to turn away a Medford threat as the fastball high and inside for ball 1 to Wright. Self-made threat by the Highlanders as Clark has struck out 2 and walked 2 this inning. That's swung on and fouled back to the screen. Evens the count 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, the count 2 away, bottom of the second. Medford has runners on first and second. Highlanders with a 1-0 lead. Runner is away from second, and he will be in safely as the pitch got past Lounsbury. Both runners advance, so now 2 runners in scoring position. Go-ahead run from the Mustangs is at second. Wright is evened up 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Clark leaves that one up high. He runs it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Matt Wright. Medford could turn over their lineup and get their leadoff man on with the bases loaded, as the Highlanders did in the top half of this inning. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3 in the inning. That'll do it for the Mustangs. They leave 2 stranded in scoring position. Highlanders lead 1-0 as we move to the top of the 3rd. We are back here at Gitterman Park. So Highlanders lead the Mustangs 1-0. It will be numbers 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the lineup for the Highlanders as it's Clark followed by Antonelli and Brown. Kevin came up in the first inning. He popped out in foul ground to the first baseman, McDonough. Clark on the mound for the Highlanders as he hops out of the way of that pitch on the inside. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count. Slow, kicks, delivers, down low. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count to Kevin Clark. Clark worked around 2 walks, striking out 3 Mustangs to get out of danger in the bottom of the 2nd. As that one's in there for a called strike. Catches the bottom of the strike zone on the outside to Clark. 2-1 now the count. Slow got into trouble last inning. Was able to strike out 2 Highlanders to keep the trouble down to a minimum as they only got 1. And there's the first base knock of the day. Kevin Clark, hot shot into left field, helping his cause, getting on first. 3rd straight inning, the Highlanders had the leadoff man on. That'll bring up Jared Antonelli. Antonelli popped out to right field, short right field. Ooh. In the first inning, as they've got Clark picked off. Throw goes over to first though, and it was too low. McDonough had to go down to a knee to field it, and Clark is able to take second. So it looked for all the world like they had him dead to rights, but McDonough had to go down to a knee to try to prevent that ball from getting past himself. And that allowed Clark to get into second, so the Highlanders, nobody out here. Runner in scoring position is Kevin Clark. Jared Antonelli at the plate. Antonelli, 10 RBIs on the season. Would love to add to that total. Swings and misses. Slow did a nice job keeping Ian Bourne off balance, using his variation in speed. You saw he took a little velocity off that pitch as well, and Antonelli was out ahead of it. He ended up walking Bourne, and that was the only run of the game, but the walk was probably better. There's a swing and a miss for Antonelli. Probably better than some other things Bourne could have done in that situation with the bases loaded. 0-2 now the count to Antonelli. Kevin Clark at second. Nobody away here, top half of the 3rd. At the 2023 Tufts Classic, Clark just running, and Slow did not take note of it. He checked the runner, did Slow, and after he checked the runner, just mechanically kind of went through his process, and Clark took advantage of that and took 3rd base. So now Clark singles to lead off the inning, steals 2nd, and now steals 3rd. Nobody out. Highlanders have some insurance 90 feet away. It's Jared Antonelli down 0-2 in the count. And Antonelli swings and misses as D'Orazio fires that down to complete the strikeout. So 1 away here, top half of the 2nd. Highlanders threatening Kevin Clark at 3rd. Led off with a single and stole 2nd and 3rd base. Noah Brown will come to the plate. Noah has scored the lone run of the game thus far as he walked in the 2nd. Moved to 2nd on a walk, moved to 3rd on a stolen base, and came home to score on a bases loaded walk to Ian Bourne. As Brown's holds off on that high delivery from Slow for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike, now the count. 1 away here. Top half of the third. Highlanders leading 1-0. Want to add to it as Kevin Clark is at third. That pitch is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Noah Brown. That's popped foul. First base side out of play. Two balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Noah Brown. Highlanders up 1-0 here. Top half of the third. Slow caught the upper part of the strike zone with that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Noah Brown. That pitch in the dirt. Kevin Clark's coming in as D'Orazio fires it to first, but it's too late. And on the wild pitch, Kevin Clark comes in to score. Highlanders lead 2-0. Noah Brown is full at the plate in terms of the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to him. Base is now empty after the Highlanders get their second run. That's a hot shot right field. Wright is ranging back, and he has it for the second out of the inning. Wright did a nice job not making that hard. Of course, playing under the lights. High school teams not used to playing underneath the lights. So a good job there in right field by Wright. That'll bring up Graham Ross. Ross walked in the second. He stole second base and was left stranded at third. That pitch up high for ball 1 to Graham Ross. 2 away now. Top half of the third inning. Highlanders got 1 across those. Kevin Clark led off the inning. English me no good. Led off the inning with a single into left field. Stole second, stole third, and scored on a wild pitch. One 0 offering to Ross is fouled. For strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Ross. Highlanders won a tight one against Medford back on April 11th, 2-1. Highlanders have the 2-0 lead right now over the Mustangs here at the Tufts Classic. Slow kicks and delivers, leaves that one up high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Graham Ross. Two out here in the top half of the third. Highlanders leading 2-0. 2-1 delivery. Ground ball, slow roller, shortstop, and Marino can't make the play. As I noted, it was a slow roller to Marino. He was driving in, trying to grab that ball, and basically lifted up his glove before he fully had it, trying to make the throw over to get Ross. So that will keep the Highlanders alive. As Pete Lounsbury comes up. Pete struck out looking back in the second. 0 for 1 on the day. Runner at first is Ross. Slow checks Ross and will fire. That's down in the dirt. D'Orazio did a nice job blocking it, but Ross is away anyway, and he is safe. As D'Orazio did a really nice job blocking that ball, keeping it in front of himself, fired down to second. Almost was able to get Ross, but Ross able to slide in just safe. So now the Highlanders, another runner in scoring position. 2 outs here, top of the third, leading 2-0. One 0 offering to Lounsbury. It's a chopper to third. Charging in is Lombardo. He'll fire across. and he'll get Lounsbury. 5-3 put out will do it, but the Highlanders get one across as Kevin Clark scores the second run of the day for the Highlanders. They lead 2-0 going to the bottom of the third. We are back here for the Tufts Classic at Gitterman Park. Highlanders leading 2-0 as we move to the bottom half of the third inning. It is the top of the Medford Mustangs lineup as it is Marino, followed by Orchid, followed by Poli. Kevin Clark on the mound for the Highlanders. Clark with 4 strikeouts today as you see that heat that he brings to the fore. Marino swinging and missing, strike 1. 4 strikeouts for Clark, 3 walks on the day. It's the curveballs outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count to Marino. Clark also doing it with the bat today as he led off the top half of the third with a single into left. Stealing second and third, came home to score on a wild pitch. Fastball left up high, 2 balls and a strike now to Marino. Swung on and missed on the heat. Marino into the batter's box, swings and misses. Strike 3 for Kevin Clark. Took a little bit off that one. Marino got well ahead of him. Umpire having a conversation with Kevin Clark. I'm not totally sure what. I think he's talking to him about where he's coming on his set position before he comes towards the plate. Conversation is over. 1 away here, bottom of the third. Highlanders leading 2-0. As Sam Orchid comes to the plate for the Mustangs. Orchid grounded out to first base in the first inning. That's a line shot down the right field line, bending foul, out of play. Oh, 1 now the count to Orchid. So that one's in the dirt and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Highlanders leading 2-0 after they got 1 across in the second and 1 across in the third. Curveball by Clark catches that outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Orchid. Kevin's been using that curveball on the outside very effectively. A generous outside corner from the umpire, I have noted this evening. Kevin taking advantage of that with his curve. That one left a little high, 2-2 the count now to Orchid. That pitch is inside, ball 3, runs it full. 1 away here, bottom of the third. Highlanders leading 2-0. That one is left up high. So Orchid on with the walk. 4th walk of the game for Kevin. That'll bring up John Poli. As Poli walked back in the first, he was left stranded there. Orchid leads away from first. Orchid, the center fielder for Medford. Probably good runner. As that's a line shot over Antonelli's head at third. As Roche will come in, making the play in left and fire it back into the infield. First hit of the day for the Mustangs. As Poli is on base. Mustangs have something cooking here. Runners on first and second, 1 away. Jack Lombardo coming to the plate. Lombardo grounded out to Antonelli at third to end the first inning. It was an excellent play by Antonelli as he charged in, fired across the diamond, and Bourne made a nice stretch to complete that out. One away here as Clark lifts that one up high for ball one. Kevin Clark struggling with his control a bit. He's got so much velocity, it's just hard to keep it under containment, I guess. 1-0 offering, that's going to get past Lounsbury. Runners are going to advance. So now Medford has the tying run in scoring position with only one away here in the bottom of the third. It's Lombardo ahead in the count now, 1-0. That's a ball just up high. 2-0 the count now to Lombardo. They have it 3-0 on the scoreboard. And that is in there for a called strike. 3-1 now the count to Lombardo. Runners on second and third. Mustangs trailing 2-0, but that can be wiped away with a base knock by Lombardo here with one away in the bottom of the third. 3-1 offering from Clark is a line shot fielded at short by Foscaretta. Fires across and gets the force at first. Runner will come in to score as Orchid comes in on the fielder's choice. So 2-1 is the Highlander lead after the 6-3 fielder's choice. Or 6-3 putout, I should say. Runner advanced to third on the throw as well. So now runner on third, 2 away. As DJ McDonough comes up. McDonough struck out looking to lead off the second inning. Strike that. It is not McDonough.
Number 18, Justin Curcio.
Justin Curcio up. Takes a ball from Clark. This is a fly ball left field. It's going to go as Curcio put a charge into that one. We got us a tie ball game, and Curcio is in standing up at second base with the RBI double. So Curcio able to get the RBI double and tie this game up 2-2. That will bring up Nick Piccolo, the DH. He walked and was left stranded at third in the second inning. As that pitch left just up high for ball one on the curveball. Heck of a hit there by Curcio. He leads away from second. Fastball flying out of play on the first base side. Evens the count 1-1. So we've got a brand new ball game here in the bottom of the third as the Mustangs have put 2 across, 2-2, 2 away. 1-1 is the count as Curcio stands at second. Clark will check him. That is fouled back into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Piccolo. Piccolo reached out for that one, poked it back to the pitcher. Clark fires it over to first. Good dig there by Ian Bourne And the 1-3 put out ends the inning, but not before the Mustangs tie this one up on the 2 RBI double by Curcio. It's 2-2 as we move to the 4th on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Gitterman Park as we are tied at 2s, moving to the top half of the 4th inning. Highlanders will have coming to the plate numbers 8, 9, and 1. Colin Bourne, Brady Roach, and Ian Bourne. Brand new ball game as Justin Curcio with his RBI double tied this one up 2-2. Highlanders have gotten the leadoff man on in the first 3 innings against pitcher Ryan Slow. Bourne swings and misses. Bourne struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. That's a line shot, a little soft though, and played well by Marino at shortstop. So Marino catches the soft line drive from Colin Bourne. And I'll bring up Brady Roach. Roach walked back in the 2nd, was left stranded at 2nd base. As gonna say he went around. Strike 1 for Brady Roach. No balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Roach. 1 away here. Top half of the 4th inning, tied at 2s. Roach swings and misses at the low fastball. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Brady. Offering from Slow is down low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Roach. Highlanders had a 2-0 lead until Medford got 2 across in the bottom of the 3rd. And that's where we stand here in the top of the 4th. So that pitch just outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Brady Roach. Two offering from Slow, and that's back to Slow. Grabs it, runs it over, underhand toss, and the 1-3 put out gets Roach. That'll bring up Ian Bourne. Bourne, no at-bats today, as he has been walked twice in both of his plate appearances. One of the better hitters in the state, batting over .350. 3 home runs, 15 RBIs for Ian. And that's a line shot, just foul down the right field line. Umpire very quickly making that call. Two away here, top half of the 4th inning. Highlanders and Mustangs tied at 2s at the Tufts Classic. A 1 offering inside to Ian. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count. Two away here. As Slow looking to get his first 1-2-3 inning. That pitch inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Ian Bourne. Highlanders had the leadoff man in all 3 of the first 3 innings. It's a grounder towards short. Marino gets it, bobbles it a little bit, and Bourne is on as Ian legs that one out. It's going to go as a base hit as I look up at the scoreboard. That'll bring up Rich Foscarota.
Now batting the shortstop,
Richie 0 for 2 on the day. He reached by virtue of an error in the first, flew out to right field to end the second. Slow fires over. Bourne back easily. Bourne double-digit stolen bases as well, so he will run. Highlanders love to be aggressive on the base paths. And Fascarota takes that up high for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count. 2 away here. Top half of the 4th inning. Highlanders and Mustangs tied at 2 here at the Tufts Classic. Slow will check Bourne at first. Fascarota fouls that one off on the first base side. Coach O'Donnell with a nice play there in the first base coaching box. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bourne is away from first, and that hit Fascarota. So the Highlanders runners on first and second. Kevin Clark will come to the plate. Clark had a base knock to lead off the third. Single into left, then he stole second, stole third, and scored on a wild pitch. We're going to get a pitching change as Slow will come out of this game. We'll see who's going to come in for him, and we'll close the book on Slow. Let's see here for Mr. Slow. 3 strikeouts on the day. Five walks on the day for Slow. 2 runs allowed. And let's see who they're going to get on the mound. I think Marino's going to take over on the mound. Let's see. That is actually Nick Piccolo who's going to take over on the mound, it appears. As he warms up, he was the DH throughout the day today. So Piccolo will be on the mound when we return here on Somerville Ed TV, tied up at 2s. We are back after the pitching's change. Kevin Clark will be up. Runners on first and second for the Highlanders. 2 away here in the top half of the 4th inning, tied up 2-2 as Lombardo will come in from third base to take over on the mound. John Wright will come in to take over at third base. So Lombardo will face off against the Highlander pitcher, Kevin Clark, as he goes over to first base. Highlanders have Ian Bourne at second and Rich Fascarota at first. Bourne singled, an infield single. Fascarota got hit by a pitch, 2 away here. And that one gets past D'Orazio. And runners will advance on the wild pitch. Bourne goes to third. Fascarota goes to second. 2 Highlanders in scoring position. Some Somerville students being a bit personal in their cheering, or derision, I guess you could say. So Kevin Clark now runners on second and third. Opportunity to really help himself. Ahead 1-0 in the count, but 2 away here in the top of the 4th as Lombardo in to pitch. His first was a wild pitch. His second was off the plate, but D'Orazio did a nice job of stopping that one. So 2-0 is the count now to Kevin Clark. Jared Antonelli is on deck. As Lombardo catches the upper portion of the strike zone for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike now to Kevin Clark. Interesting delivery from Lombardo, kind of a delayed delivery, and then wings it there at the end of the windup. Might be difficult to time. Clark, though, ahead 3-1. 3-1 offering from Lombardo. There's a chopper towards third, Wright charging in. He'll fire across. Good dig at first by Curcio. And that'll do it for the Highlanders. Curcio's come on to pinch hit the previous inning, got the RBI double to tie this game, and just made a great defensive play at first. We're tied at 2s. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th in a moment. We are back here for the bottom half of the 4th inning, as Medford will bring the bottom third of the lineup. Joe D'Orazio, Derek Marino, and Matt Wright. As D'Orazio takes the first offering from Kevin Clark up high. 4-1. That pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Clark. That's a grounder towards first. That is a foul ball, though. Moves the count to 2-1 to D'Orazio. That pitch left up high. 3 balls and a strike. Now the count to D'Orazio. Five strikeouts on the day for Clark, but also 4 walks on the day for Clark. As he leaves that one up high, make it 5 walks on the day for Kevin. That'll bring up Derek Marino. Marino struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. We are tied here in the bottom half of the 4th. Medford has the leadoff man on, and Marino offers it that one for strike 1. D'Orazio on by virtue of a walk. He stands at first. Clark checks the runner at first. Squares around. It's a nice sack bunt. Right back to Clark, but on the sacrifice, D'Orazio moves to second. Go-ahead run is in scoring position for the Mustangs with 1 away here as Matt Wright comes up.
Now batting the right fielder, Matt Wright.
Matt Wright struck out as well back in the 2nd inning to end the 2nd inning. That one is up high for ball 1 to Matt Wright. 1 away here, bottom of the 4th. Medford got their leadoff man by a walk and sacrificed him to second. That's where Joe D'Orazio stands now, as that pitch is left up high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Matt Wright. Highlanders and Mustangs tied up 2-2. As that one's in there for a called strike. 2-1 now the count to Wright. That's left up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Matt Wright. Clark struggling a bit with his control again. That's ball 4 outside. So runners on first and second. Coach O'Donnell is going to come out and have a talk with Kevin Clark. There are 2 Medford Mustangs on at first and second. We'll step away during the conversation on the mound. We are tied at 2s here at the Tufts Classic between Medford and Somerville. Conversation on the mound is over. Medford has runners on first and second, as their shortstop Marino will step to the plate, their leadoff man Justin Marino. They are able to turn the lineup over here. Marino 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out twice. Once looking, once swinging. As that's in there for a called strike on the inside corner for strike 1. 1 away here, bottom half of the 4th inning. Score is tied at 2s, but Medford threatening. As that's a check swing. Grounder down to first. Bourne will make the play. Step on the bag. Runners advance to second and third, but now 2 away. That brings up Sam Orcutt. Orcutt 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored as he scored the first Medford run last inning in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 away as Kevin Clark trying to get out of this problem. Self-made problem. Runners on second and third, and it gets past Lounsbury. Fires to home, but too late as D'Orazio will come in to score. Wright advances to third. So the Mustangs have their first lead of the day, 3-2, after D'Orazio comes in on the pass ball. And that one's going to get away from Lounsbury as well. No runner advancing that time. 0-2 is the count to Orcutt. Or I'm sorry, 2-0 is the count, strike that. 2 outs for the Highlanders. But now they trail 3-2 as that catches the inside corner for called strike 1. 2 balls and a strike now to Orcutt. That's in the dirt. Lounsbury, nice job as he was able to block the plate on that one. That one's ball 4. And Orcutt works the walk. That'll bring up John Poley. Poley 1 for 1 on the day. Walked in the first. Singled and scored in the third as he scored the tying run on Curcio's RBI double. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Runners away from first. And that is a stolen base for Orcutt. No throw down. So now Medford, 2 runners in scoring position, already have 1 across to take the lead here in the bottom of the 4th. As John Poley, 1 for 1 on the day with a run scored at the plate. That is ball 1 just outside. Ball 2, actually. Strike that. That is ball 3. 3 straight balls to Poley now. As Clark continues to struggle with the control. Ball 4 as Poley will walk. Bases are filled with Mustangs. We're going to have a pitching change more than likely as Coach O'Donnell comes out to the plate. Or comes out to the mound, I should say. And that will do it for Kevin Clark. We'll get his numbers together in just a moment. See who we've got coming in to pitch. I think they're going to bring in Noah Brown from right field and get him on the mound. We'll figure all that out as Brown warms up for the Highlanders. Highlanders trailing now 3-2. Bases filled with Mustangs, 2 away when we're back on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Gitterman Park. Bases filled with Mustangs as Noah Brown comes in from right field to take over for Kevin Clark. Clark will move to first, Bourne moves out to center, and Barish moves to right. 2 away here Bottom of the fourth, it's a fly ball out into the night. Barish settling underneath it, and he has it in right field. As that will do it, as Lombardo flies out to right. Highlanders now trailing 3-2 as we move to the top half of the fifth inning. We are back here at Gitterman Park. Highlanders versus Mustangs in the 2023 Tufts Classic. Mustangs have pulled ahead here with 2 runs in the third, 1 run in the fourth. We move to the top of the fifth. So Highlanders have numbers 4, 5, and 6, Antonelli, Brown, and Ross coming to the plate. First pitch from Jack Lombardo is a ball to Jared Antonelli, I should say. That's a chopper foul for Antonelli. Jared 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in the third, popped out to second base. In the first, it was just into right field. They were able to double off Bourne, trying to score from third. As that pitch from Lombardo down low. 2 balls and a strike now to Antonelli. That one left up high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Jared Antonelli. That one popped foul behind home plate down into the parking lot. Fills the count up, 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Ryan Slow started the game for the Mustangs. He went 3 2/3, allowing 2 runs, 3 strikeouts, 5 walks. Jack Lombardo came on to get the third out. In the fourth inning, Lombardo walking Antonelli. That'll bring up Noah Brown. Brown started the game in right field. Came on in the last half inning to get the Highlanders out of a jam on the mound. Nobody out. Highlanders have the leadoff man on once again. As Lombardo fires over, Antonelli is safe at first, diving back. Brown is 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and scored in the second. He flew out to right field in the third, as that's in there for a called strike on the outside. No balls and a strike to Noah Brown. Antonelli at first. That's up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Brown. Fires over to first. Antonelli back safely again. Medford now up 3-2. Runner on first is Antonelli. He's away. Foul back into the screen from Brown, though, so Antonelli will head back to first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Noah Brown. Highlanders down by a run. They led 2-0, or 2-1, or actually strike that, 2-0. And then Medford was able to get 2 in the third and 1 in the fourth to take the 3-2 lead. So Lombardo fires back over. Antonelli in safely. Nobody out. Highlander leadoff man in this inning. Antonelli at first, as D'Orazio will fire that one down to first. Back easily again, Antonelli. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Noah Brown. Antonelli away from first. Brown swings and misses. Antonelli is safe. So Antonelli gets a stolen base, but Brown takes the strikeout. That'll bring up Graham Ross. Ross 0 for 1 on the day. Walked in the second. Reached by virtue of an error in the third. 1 away here, top half of the 5th inning. Jared Antonelli stands at second. High heat swung on and missed by Ross. Lombardo popping the glove a little bit there. Antonelli leading away from second. Lombardo delivers. That one gets back past D'Orazio. And Antonelli will be in safely at third. So the Highlanders have the tying run 90 feet away. 1 out. 1-1 is your count to Graham Ross, designated hitter who can bring the Highlanders even with a base knock. Lombardo fires. Chopper towards second. Backhanded, fired over to first by Poli, and that will tie the game up as Ross gets the RBI ground out. So Antonelli making Lombardo pay for that walk to lead off the inning. 2 away here, top half of the 5th, but the Highlanders have tied it up at 3s as Pete Lounsbury steps to the plate. Lounsbury 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in the second, grounded out to third in the third. Bases empty, 2 outs after the Highlanders able to get the tying run across. First offering from Lombardo to Lounsbury is in there for a called strike on the outside. That's a high fastball. Got in on the hands. Lounsbury couldn't catch up on it. 0-2 is the count. Lombardo fires that one just outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Pete Lounsbury, 2 away. Top half of the 5th, Highlanders have tied it up at 3. As that is high and inside. Lounsbury just barely able to get out of the way of that one. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lounsbury. Lombardo wind and deliver, swung on and missed by Lounsbury, and that will do it for the Highlanders in the top half of the 5th, but they get 1 across to tie this one up at 3. 3-3 is your score at the Tufts Classic as we move to the bottom of the 5th on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at the Tufts Classic. The Highlanders and the Mustangs tied at 3s. We move to the bottom of the 5th as Justin Curcio comes on. He had an RBI double to give Medford the lead momentarily. Or actually to tie it up at 2s, I should say, as Curcio fouls that one off behind home plate. Curcio had only 1 swing, basically, 1 pitch that he looked at. He took that pitch out into left field down the line for that stand-up double to tie the game back in the 3rd inning. Another charge by Curcio, but that's going to go foul on the ground. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Curcio. Noah Brown on the mound now for the Highlanders. Kevin Clark got the start. He went 2 2/3, allowing 3 runs, 8 walks, 5 strikeouts. Brown came in to get the 3rd out of the 4th inning. Stays on here in the 5th. That one's popped foul. Lounsbury settles underneath it and makes the play. One away here. That'll bring up Nick Piccolo. Piccolo 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd. He walked and was stranded at 3rd in the 2nd inning. Piccolo, the designated hitter for the Mustangs. Tie ball game here, 3-3, bottom half of the 5th inning. 2023 Tufts Classic as Brown puts that one in there for a called strike. That high and inside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Piccolo. Swung on and missed by Piccolo. Brown gets the high heat right by him. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. 1 away here, bottom half of the 5th inning. Tied up at 3s. Brown with the curveball. Got Piccolo out ahead of it. Swung on and missed. 2 away now. Joe D'Orazio coming up now as D'Orazio scored the go-ahead run for Medford in the bottom of the 4th. After he walked to lead off that inning. No at-bats for D'Orazio as he has walked in both of his plate appearances. Curveball's in there for called strike 1 as Brown catches that outside corner. Brown got the start against Chelsea. A 12-0 victory over Chelsea. That one's fouled off. 3rd base side out of play. 0-2 is the count to D'Orazio. Highlanders looking for their first 1-2-3 inning of the day. As there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Brown's 0-2 offering. Up high, D'Orazio held up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to the Medford catcher. That is low. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to D'Orazio. 2 away, bottom of the 5th. Tie ball game, 3-3 here at the 2023 Tufts Classic between the Mustangs and Highlanders. Swung on and missed. 1, 2, 3 go the Mustangs. 2 strikeouts for Noah Brown. We go to the 6th, tied at 3s on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Gitterman Park. Highlanders and Mustangs tied at 3 as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. Highlanders will have numbers 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Colin Bourne, Brady Roach, and Ian Bourne to face off against Jack Lombardo. Lombardo working his 2nd full inning so far today as swing on and missed by Bourne. The inside there, Lombardo came in the 4th to get the final out of the 4th inning. Got 2 strikeouts, but did allow a run in the 5th inning. That is up high for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Colin Bourne. Bourne 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the 2nd, lined out to the shortstop in the 4th. That shortstop was Lombardo at the time, as a matter of fact. As that is just, or actually Lombardo was on 3rd. Marino is the shortstop. My bad on that, as that was outside for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Colin Bourne. Fastball gets right by him. 1 away. Brady Roach will come to the plate for the Highlanders. Brady 0 for 1 on the day. He walked in the second, was stranded at second base, grounded back to the pitcher in the fourth. That is up in there for a called strike. 0-1 offering. Ground ball, shortstop, charging in is Marino. Can't make the play, as it looked like he was trying to get the ball and make the play before he had the ball. So 1 away. Highlanders have a runner on here in the top half of the 6th inning of a tie ball game. Ian Bourne coming to the plate. Bourne 1 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice. He's singled in the 4th. It was an infield single. We're going to have a pinch runner now for the Highlanders, for Colin Bourne. As Oliver will take over the running duties, Diego Oliver at first base. That is the go-ahead run with 1 away here in the top half of the 5th inning. Ian Bourne, best offensive threat for the Highlanders at the plate. As Lombardo, his first opportunity to face Bourne today. Lombardo fires over. Oliver back quickly. Diego didn't even really have a full step of a lead. As Lombardo likes to go over to first, has already done that about 5 times so far. Goes over again. As Oliver back easily. Diego Oliver on to pinch run for Brady Roach. As Roach got on by an error, Oliver is away from first, and he is in safely, sliding into second as D'Orazio's throw too late. So Diego Oliver gets the stolen base as he pinch ran for Brady Roach, and we're going to have a conversation at the mound for the Mustangs. Highlanders tied with the Mustangs 3-3, but now the go-ahead run is at second with only 1 away. And Ian Bourne at the plate. Now Oliver did open up first base by stealing second, so there is the possibility of an intentional pass here to Bourne. Bourne batting over 300, batting over 380 coming into today with 18 RBIs, 10 stolen bases. He's added to that stolen base total. He'd love to add to that RBI total as well in this tie ball game. Bourne, of course, hit for the cycle earlier this year. First high school player in Massachusetts this season to hit for the cycle is the young man standing outside the left-handed batter's box right now. Mound visit is over. 1 ball, no strikes to Bourne, 1 away. Runner on second is Diego Oliver in a tie 3-3 ball game. Lombardo checks the runner. That is fouled off, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Bourne. Richie Foscarota waiting on deck for the Highlanders. As Oliver leads away, shortstop Marino sneaking in a little bit behind him there. One offering to Bourne. And it gets away from D'Orazio. He fires down to third. Close play. Safe at third. As Oliver is in, just barely able to beat the throw from D'Orazio. D'Orazio just barely let the ball squirt away from him. Took him a moment to find it, and that was just the moment Diego Oliver needed. So the Highlanders have the go-ahead run 90 feet away, their best offensive weapon at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. That pitch inside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Ian Bourne. Lombardo delivers. That's a line shot. Center field. Highlanders lead off the RBI single by Ian Bourne as Oliver comes across to score. Great job of hitting by Ian there. Just stayed right on top of the ball. Didn't try to do too much with it. Sent it right back up the middle. And the Highlanders lead 4-3. 1 away here, top half of the 6th inning. Richie Foscarota stepping in as once again Lombardo goes over to first. Bourne, go ahead RBI single, now stands at first. And this is a fly ball into the night. Short center field, settling underneath it is Orchid, and he has it. 2 away now for the Highlanders as Kevin Clark will come to the plate. Clark started the day on the mound, went 2 2/3, allowing 3 runs to score. At the plate today, Kevin is 1 for 3 as he led off the 3rd with a base knock into left field and came around to score, stealing 2 bases and scoring on a wild pitch. 2 away. Bourne stealing second, slides in. Marino very late on the cover. Bourne easily steals the bag, so now the Highlanders have some insurance in scoring position. With Kevin Clark at the plate. 2 away here, top half of the 6th inning. Lombardo checks Bourne at second. Tipped by Clark. Second strike there for Kevin Clark. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Clark. Oh-2 offering. Bourne away from second, and he will steal third. No throw down by D'Orazio. 1-2, now the count to Kevin Clark. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Clark. 2 away here, top half of the 6th. As Lombardo's pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Clark. Ian Bourne put the Highlanders ahead with an RBI single. He now stands at third. That pitch foul tipped back into the mitt for strike 3, and that will do it. But the Highlanders able to take the 4-3 lead on the Bourne single. We will be back for the bottom of the 6th here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Gitterman Park. Highlanders leading the Mustangs 4-3. Highlanders looking to win the Tufts Classic. 2nd year in a row they have the trophy in their dugout. They'd like to keep it for another year. They just took the lead 4-3 on the Ian Bourne single. Pinch hitting for the Mustangs is Travers Moody, as Moody took ball 1 from Noah Brown. Moody pops this one up. Left-hand side, Antonelli settles underneath it and makes the play. So 1 away here for the Highlanders as they lead 4-3. They'll bring up Matt Wright, I believe, unless we have another pinch hitter. I just can't see his number. And it is a pinch hitter. We will get his name momentarily. Thank you. As Karsten Mangan there. As Karsten puts a ground ball over Colin Bourne with the play. And he's going to be safe. Karsten Mangan gets an infield single there. That'll bring up Justin Marino, leadoff man for the Mustangs. Justin 0 for 3 today, struck out twice. He grounded out to the first baseman in the 4th. Medford has a runner on now as he will steal second base. Will Mangan. So now Mangan stands at second, tying run in scoring position for the Mustangs. 4-3, it is the Highlander lead, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. As Brown bounces that one in. Good block by Lounsbury behind the plate. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Marino. Mangan leads away from second. As that's in there for a called strike. Brown started the day in right field, came in to get the last out of the bottom of the 4th. He went 1-2-3 against Medford, getting 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball in there, called strike. 2-2 now the count. Nice pitch there by Brown. Karsten Mangan stands at second, gets away from Lounsbury, and so Mangan will go to third. Tying run is 90 feet away as the count is full to Marino.
Justin, do a job. Fly balls and run.
Highlanders able to pull ahead on the Ian Bourne single in the top half of the 6th. Medford looking to answer back here. As the chopper fielded by Brown, he looks back the runner. Runner will leave now, and he is safe as Lounsbury tried to sweep tag, but Mangan able to get past it, and we have a tie ball game 4-4 as Brown fired it over to first to get the out of Marino. So 2 away here as Sam Orcutt will come to the plate. Tied up 4-4 now with 2 away. That pitch down in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Orcutt. So pinch hitters have done the job for the Mustangs as Justin Curcio tied up the game earlier with a pinch hit double. And now Karsten Mangan singled and came around to score. 1 ball, 1 strike now, the count to Orcutt. As Brown's offering is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Orcutt. 2 away here. Bottom of the 6th inning. 4-4 now is the score. Another great matchup between the Mustangs and the Highlanders as that is ball outside. 3 balls and a strike now. As Brown delivers, Orchid fouls it back. Count rolls full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Sam Orchid. Orchid scored a run back in the third, the first run of the game for the Mustangs. As Brown's pitch outside, ball 4. Orchid working his second walk of the day. That'll bring up John Poley. Poley singled and came around to score in the third. He walked in the fourth, his second walk of the day, and that was the walk that chased Kevin Clark off the mound. As Orchid away from first, and he will steal second. Lounsbury's throw a little late. Now Poley has the go-ahead run in scoring position. Medford's been able to tie it here in the bottom of the 6th. Sam Orchid stands at second, representing the go-ahead run. Brown kicks, delivers, strike 2. Swinging on that one was Poley. 2 away, bottom of the 6th. 0-2 is the count to Poley. Go-ahead run stands at second. Brown, curveball, just barely able to stay alive as Poley. Really good job by Poley on that one to be able to slow down the bat just enough to get some contact, as Brown had another nice change of velocity on that one. Count stays 0-2. Brown checks the runner at second. High cheese gets Poley swinging, and that'll do it for the Mustangs, but not before they're able to tie it up, as Mangan is able to come around as a pinch hitter after an infield single and score to tie it up. We're at 4s. We're going to the last inning, top of the 7th. The Highlanders are coming to bat. We are back at the Tufts Classic, the 2023 version of the Tufts Classic. And boy, it is lining up to be a classic as we're tied at 4s going to the 7th inning. As the Highlanders will have Antonelli, Brown, and Ross coming to the plate to face off against Jack Lombardo. Lombardo starting his third full inning of work, I should say. There's a ball inside to Antonelli to start off. That's a little blooper right field. It's going to drop right in front of Poley as he came sliding in. Antonelli leads things off with the base knock on the bloop single. The last time Antonelli got on base to lead off an inning, he walked back in the 5th. He came around to score for the Highlanders back in that 5th inning. So Antonelli stands at first. Noah Brown comes up to the plate. Nobody out here, top half of the 7th inning. Lombardo fires over to first, back easily was Antonelli. That pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by D'Orazio. D'Orazio's done a nice job behind home plate, blocking those pitches into the dirt. Lombardo fires, gets by. Antonelli is away, and he will take second base. That's the danger. A part of Lombardo's, it seems to be what he does on the mound, is fire over to first when he has anybody on, and that is the danger in a situation like that. He wasn't going to be able to get Antonelli. Antonelli had no real lead to speak of. But now Antonelli stands at second. Highlanders have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Brown up 1-0 in the count. That's a chopper foul, third base side. Evens the count at ones. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Brown. So Antonelli now at second base, nobody out. Count even at 1. That one is outside. Antonelli away, never should have left the bag, but he does, and he is caught. I know Jared saw that ball get away from D'Orazio, but D'Orazio was very, very quickly upon it. So a gift there for Medford as the bases are cleared of Highlanders. 1 away here, top half of the 7th. Brown ahead 2-1 in the count. That catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Brown. Two offering from Lombardo. Catches the outside corner. Called strike 3. As Lombardo gets his 4th strikeout, 5th strikeout. That'll bring up Graham Ross. Ross 0 for 2 on the day, walked in the second, reached by an error in the third, grounded out to second in the 5th. Swung on and missed. Two away here. 0-1 the count now to Ross. That one up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Graham Ross. Hard chopper, third base. John Wright charged in looking to make the play but could not finish it off. So Ross stands at first. That'll bring up Pete Lounsbury for the Highlanders. Lounsbury 0 for 3 on the day. He struck out twice, grounded out to third in the third. Highlanders have a runner at first as Ross got on. That's a line shot by Lounsbury, but handled easily at second by Poley. And that will do it for the Highlanders. We will go to the bottom of the 7th, tied up at 4 here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back for the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's the Tufts Classic 2023 version. Highlanders versus Mustangs, and they are tied at 4 going to the bottom half of the 7th. It'll be numbers 4, 5, and 6, Lombardo, McDonough, and Piccolo for the Mustangs as they face off against Noah Brown. Brown is going to put the leadoff man on as he tried the curveball, left that one up there. And Lombardo is on first. Brown's curveball has been very effective throughout the day. After he came in relief of Kevin Clark. That one, though, he left up high, banged it right off the helmet of Jack Lombardo. Head coach checking in on Lombardo. Not a lot of velocity on that one, so Lombardo is fine at first base, and that's going to bring up Justin Curcio. As Curcio had a huge RBI double back in the third to tie the ball game at 2s. We have now gone on to tie at 4. Medford with their leadoff man, Alan Curcio, a beautiful bunt. Lounsbury fires down to first, but the sacrifice put down beautifully by Curcio will get Lombardo over to second. Another perfect sacrifice bunt put down by the Mustangs. Second one of the contest for them. The last time they put down a sac bunt, they did come around and score a go-ahead run at that time. Lombardo is the winning run. He stands at second. One away. As Piccolo swings and misses. Strike one. Piccolo on the day, 0 for 2. He walked and was stranded at third in the second. Grounded out to the pitcher in the third. Struck out in the fifth. Brown kicks and delivers, leaves that one up high. Ball one, 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count. One away. Bottom half of the seventh. Lombardo was hit by a pitch. He stands at second. He is the game-winning run for the Mustangs. It's Brown's pitch. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. Pete Lounsbury checking in with the umpire about the strike zone. I've been wanting to do that all game, I gotta be honest with you. But 2 balls and a strike is the count as Brown catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes now.
Go Nick, good job here, Nick. Contact, up and through.
Celtics at 5, Celtics at 5. The real game's going on right now.
Brown with the curveball. Piccolo, nice job as he's able to get contact. Fired across though, and they get Piccolo as Foscarota able to get that 6-3 put out. That's 2 outs, but now the winning run stands 90 feet away as Joe D'Orazio steps to the plate. 2 away here, bottom half of the 7th inning. Tufts Classic on the line. D'Orazio will take a ball outside from Noah Brown. Brown came in, and they are giving D'Orazio first. I'm assuming that's an intentional walk. I would guess that's an intentional walk. Wasn't really defined for any of us. We have a pinch hitter coming to the plate now with runners on the corners. Could be a hero for the Mustangs. That is Austin Price. Austin Price will come to the plate for the Mustangs. 2 away. Bottom of the 7th, runners on the corners. Game-winning run, though, is all that matters, and that is 90 feet away at third. As Noah Brown looks in, and Price will pop this one up out of play into the parking lot. No balls, 1 strike. The count as the runner takes second easily. That pitch down low to Price for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count. Brown's delivery to Price. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now to Austin Price. Austin has the opportunity to be the hero for the Mustangs. Game-winning run is 90 feet away, 2 away. Bottom of the 7th, 2 balls and a strike. And Brown, Price will fire it to first. Kevin Clark is there, unassisted. And we will have some free baseball here at the Tufts Classic as we move to the 8th inning, tied up at 4s. At the Tufts Classic, a little free baseball here at Saul Gitterman Park as the Highlanders and the Mustangs need more than 7 to take care of this one. Tied up 4-4. Numbers 8, 9, and 1 in the Highlander lineup to face off against Jack Lombardo. It's Colin Bourne. Bourne swings at the high heat, chopper to short, fielded by Marino. He fires across, And that is the first out of the inning. Brings up Brady Roach. Roach 0 for 2 on the day. Reached by an error in the 6th. Tied the game-tying run in the 6th. As the high heat from Lombardo, too high, ball 1. That went outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 away, top half of the 8th inning. As we enter our first extra inning. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Brady Roach. As that's ball 3, 3-1, the count now to Roach. As he's looking to work possibly his second walk of the day, and the Highlanders would get a base runner here in the top of the 8th. And he did. Ball 4. Brady works the walk. So with 1 away, the Highlanders have a runner on. Ian Bourne will come to the plate. Bourne 2 for 2 on the day. 2 walks, 2 singles, 1 RBI, multiple stolen bases. Bourne will face Lombardo for the second time today. 1 away here, top of the 8th. As this is a high fly ball left field, settling underneath it is going to be Marino, and he's got it. It's 2 away now for the Highlanders. Runner at first is Brady Roach after the fly out to Curcio in left. Another toss over to first by Lombardo. Roach is away. Pitch is fouled back by Richie Foscarota. Richie 0 for 3 on the day. He was hit by a pitch back in the 4th. Was stranded on the base paths twice today. Runner at first is Brady Roach. So Lombardo tosses over. And Richie puts this one into left field, but right there to make the play is Wright. That will do it for the Highlanders. We will go to the bottom half of the 8th inning, tied at 4s here on Somerville Ed TV. Bottom half of the 8th inning, 1 run can win it for the Mustangs as Mangan will step in. Mangan scored the go-ahead run back in the 6th. Chopper over to first. Kevin Clark will take care of that by himself. One up, 1 down here in the top half, or bottom half, I should say, of the 8th inning. Brings up Justin Marino. Marino 0 for 4 on the day. Some would say he is due. Noah Brown still on the mound for the Highlanders. Curveball catches that outside corner for strike 1. Brown now entering his 4th inning of work. Fourth full inning of work. That's a line shot right field. Barish broke the wrong way and it got past him all the way back to the wall. As rounding third is Marino. He will stop there, diving back in as the ball got back into the infield. But a huge triple there for Justin Marino. as Max Barish, the right fielder for the Highlanders, broke in. Got a poor read on that ball off the bat. And now Sam Orchid has the opportunity to win this game for the Mustangs. O'Donnell's going to go out and have a conversation on the mound with Noah Brown. As I said, Marino was due. 0 for 4 on the day coming into that at-bat. Struck out his first 2 times up, grounded out to first base, and the pitcher as well. There was no grounding out that time, as that was a line shot to right center field. Barish got a bad break on it, got over his head, and now winning run is 90 feet away as Sam Orchid up with 1 away. And it gets past Lounsbury coming home, and safe is going to be Marino on the pass ball, and that will do it as Medford's able to come away with the victory 5-4 over the Highlanders. Extra inning victory for the Mustangs. Tough luck loss for the Highlanders. Seems to be over and over this year what we're seeing with this Highlander baseball team. Just another tough luck loss as the Mustangs able to take this one by the score of 5-4. They are the Tufts Classic champions of 2023. Congratulations to the Mustangs as they move their GBL record to 2-5, 3-6 overall. Highlanders drop to 5-5 in the GBL, 5-8 overall. Some work to do late season for the Highlanders to hope to get to the playoffs. We'll follow that for you here on Somerville Ed TV. Thank you very much for watching at home. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Joe Constantine on camera and production. I'm Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV.